For years, people all over the world are fascinated about the enigma of serial killers. You are a hungry beast. That's not what I meant when I said serial killer. People go to school to get jobs about studying these people and catching these people. And to be fair, serial killers are creepy. But every case always contains interesting elements. You can look at Jeffrey Dahmer, H.H. Holmes, John Wayne Gacy, or even Ted Bundy. But I feel like the fascination of serial killers have encompassed so much other forms of media. That's when I thought about the fictional part of these criminals. Me realizing that this really has no correlation with the video.
Am disgusted.
But whatever. But I started thinking about the fictional part, which is honestly much less dark to talk about. Because honestly, actual serial killers are pretty sick people who should be in jail or a mental facility. But then I had a fun idea. Who is the best fictional serial killer to ever grace our screens? Who's the best serial killer fiction has ever created? Okay, let's get started. We're gonna have a team anime versus, let's call them, fiction, etc. Basically on this side, there will be any fictional serial killer who wasn't created in anime. I'm gonna be analyzing our disgusting disgraces for human beings. Alliteration. By effectiveness, overall evilness, and of course, intelligence. First, we're going to be diving into Team Anime Case Study 1, Light Yagami, who by all accounts is definitely a serial killer. By definition, a serial killer is somebody who commits unlawful homicides of at least two people carried out by the same person in separate events, occurring at different times. I know, that was a mouthful.
That's what she said. No time, but she did. No time!
We all know Light has a body count. According to the alternate ending of Death Note, Light has a confirmed 124,925 victims. Light was just catching bodies like it was nothing, left and right. Most likely he's gonna have the highest body count in this video. Let's go over to the first category. Light was pretty effective. In the first season of the show, he literally never failed when he decided he wanted to kill somebody. Only on the later half of the show was when he formally caught his first major L against Nier, who straight up owned Light, man. I mean the plot, owned Light. But whatever. Next, overall evilness. Was Light truly evil? Even though his initial goal was to become a god of a new world, a better world for all of its inhabitants, he was still pretty evil. Light killed Ray Pember's wife, and she was completely innocent. But Light killed her because, let's face it, she was a loose end. Can't lie though, one of the most amazing scenes in the entire show, when they're in the snow and everything, S tier. But basically, we only have intelligence to look at next. Light was super smart. Everybody knows that by now. He's in everybody's at least top 5 smartest anime characters list of all time. But how smart was he? While there's no official IQ for Kira himself, it's pretty reasonable to assume he's somewhere between 130 to 140 off the genius elements displayed in the show. To do what Light was doing, battling against the best detective in the world, by simultaneously killing people, for the most part, the entire world not knowing that you're committing these crimes, takes a genius level intellect. Next, we're going to discuss Dexter Morgan.
It's time for you to go away.
Man, I miss Dexter. There were good times. But apparently it's coming back after that atrocious ending. But nonetheless, we're discussing Dexter on this fine morning or afternoon or maybe night, whenever you decide to watch your personal videos. Dexter was one of the first serial killers I saw that had a long running series, with him being the main character. So in a way for me, he's TV's first serial killer. But let's talk about his effectiveness. Dexter's effectiveness could be a little wishy-washy, because Dexter has a very stupid but very specific way of killing his prey. He must wrap them in plastic wrap, tie them down on a surgical table, and stab them with one stroke to the heart with a gigantic knife. It leads his kills being delayed. However, I would say a majority of his kills go through. Definitely not 100% effectiveness, but still a pretty good percentage if you like that type of thing. Now let's talk about Dexter's overall evilness. I'm not sure if Dexter was ever 100% evil. In the beginning of the show, he speaks about his dark passenger needing murder, basically to be fed. So Dexter and his dad set up a code that in theory should keep Dexter safe from the law. This includes only going after criminals. This is one of the problems I had with Dexter's code. What if you're wrongly convicted of a horrible crime and you pop up on Dexter's list of names and he kills you? I would be so hurt, you know? I can't lie. Dexter has also killed innocents. So Dexter is evil, definitely. But I guess not completely, to the point of like he's like a evil villain. Especially in the story, because we're following him, he's the protagonist. But definitely still a sadistic individual for sure. Lastly, we have the topic of Dexter's intelligence. Dexter is definitely a smart guy, maybe an above average smart guy. But the series run hasn't shown Dexter taking any leap near towards genius level at all. In my personal experience, I would say Dexter's intelligence comes from repetition with his code. But what's up, guys? I decided that we're going to make this a part 1 series, and if you want a part 2 going after anime serial killers and other fictional serial killers, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new. You're exiting the madness.